Hey, welcome to Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker, and Aaron is got technical things going on, so I'll introduce our first guest, Tony Capko, local musician, drummer extraordinaire. Let me give you a microphone. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
How are you?
wonderful. We were on social media, and you said, "Hey, I want to be on the show."
Yeah.
And I thought, what? You know that we've been doing this for 4 years. The Chamber's been doing the radio show for, I think, about 12. But now we kind of stepped it up. We're shooting videos.
Wow.
So here in a week or two, you'll be able to watch our conversation as many times as you want.
Fantastic. Love it.
How long have you been in the Antelope Valley?
Let's see. I moved out here about 5 years before I got married. So about 20 years now, actually.
You moved to the Antelope Valley. What was that decision?
Well, you know, it was interesting. I was working the LA music circuit and teaching out there. And for some reason, I started picking up jobs in the Antelope Valley. I knew a lot of musicians that were coming up here playing at some of the clubs. And I ended up working at a music store called Mario's Music in Lancaster,
Right.
at the Clock Tower Plaza, at 20th there, and picked up a teaching gig and ended up commuting back and forth. And the more I ended up driving out there to teach students, the more gigs I started picking up. And I had family members that were starting to move out here, so it just made sense for me to come up here. Yeah, I was working out here a lot.
You finish a gig and it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock.
Sure.
And you got the beautiful sky, you got all
Yeah.
the stars.
Yeah.
Just kind of says, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's probably a lot of people in Los Angeles, they don't know where Lancaster Palmdale is.
Yeah.
And they go, it's way out there in the desert.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's your little secret.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, the drive gets shorter and shorter the more you take it.
It's not quite automatic yet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you got to stay awake.
yeah, absolutely.
How long you been drumming?
Pretty much all my life. I started when I was about nine years old, and I just, you know, was just an instrument I was drawn to, and took lessons right away at a very early age, and just continued to play. You know, so I'll be well, I'm 59 now. You know, I'll be 60 next year, and I've really been playing all my life.
I've seen drummers that are 85 years old. It's just something you keep doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You never, you know, it never really gets old because it's like you're constantly learning. It's just in the arts, it's like that. You know, you're always striving to get better and better, and as long as you're doing that, you know, I think any musician will agree. As long as you're continuing to improve, you know, it never gets dull.
Yeah,
You
well,
know? Yeah.
and your students want to learn from a live wire.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. They definitely want to learn from a guy that's out there doing it.
We're talking with Tony Capko, and you mentioned Gino's Italian Restaurante.
Yeah.
We want to talk a little bit about them because they are patrons of the arts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've got 2 or 3 stages over there.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful food and drink.
Yeah.
And so they're in the marketplace. They're on east side on Challenger, and they've also got a 3rd location in Palmdale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're using their facilities quite often?
I do. They are gracious enough, and Tony and Juan have been great. Really supportive in, you know, supporting my drum recitals. I've done, I think, 2 or 3 at the location in Palmdale off of 10th Street West, and I've done several.
That's a nice room, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely, great room. The one on in Palmdale off of 10th Street was a little smaller, but it was great because it was like we were overflowing in that room, so it made me look really good.
Well, you want to have
Yeah.
a small crowd in
Yeah.
a small room.
Yeah.
I mean, then it looks big,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Very popular.
For sure, for sure.
And you're having drum recitals a couple times a year, and
Yeah.
these things are packed up.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is that over the last, probably the last 15, 20 years, I've been doing drum recitals with my students, and I've got, you know, I'll have it really depends on how many students are ready to move forward with something like that and performing live. I bring in a professional band, live band. Students get to rehearse, and we do our concert, and it's like a drum concert. And everybody wants to support that kind of thing because you've got these young, aspiring musicians that work really hard and diligently at their craft, and you could see them progress, and their families are very supportive and proud of them, and they bring family and friends to these events, and needless to say, not only do I have all these supporters there, but I also have local musicians that show up, and support this event. And so it's a lot of fun. It's great. We have a great time. Everybody gets fed. The venue does very, very well because it's packed to the gills. When we were using the smaller room, packed to the gills. Now that we're using the larger room, still packed.
Are you saying that drumming makes people hungry?
It could.
It increases the appetite.
Plus, doing the drum recitals right around noon doesn't hurt.
Tony, how do people get in touch with you?
They can just call me. 661-236-7184 is my phone number. And I'm right on the boulevard, on Lancaster Boulevard, between Cedar and Lancaster. Right across the street from the post office, catty corner from the library.
I've seen the signs.
Oh, yeah.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a big yellow sign with black letters on front. Just simply says drum lessons.
No.
You can't miss me.
How come I don't hear drums when I'm walking down there?
It's probably a good thing because maybe my neighbors in that building don't hear so many drums either. Yeah. But I also have a great website, and it's very detailed. It's got a lot of great photos of the recitals and a lot of detail and information about the school. It is literally a drum school. There's no other instruments there. Strictly focuses on every aspect of drumming. And it's tonysdrumlessons.com. So if you want to check that out, tonysdrumlessons.com.
How'd you come up with the name?
It was tough.
A lot of research.
A lot of research, yeah.
Are there
Less is
different
more.
types of drumming? Things you specialize in?
Well, I specialize in pretty much every style of drumming. I don't necessarily teach the hand percussion, the congas and the timbales and all the mallet instruments. That is part of the percussion family, but I teach primarily rudimental technique, orchestral, drum set, four-way coordination, anything that has anything to do with drum set playing in various styles, and if they want to go on and pursue drum line, drum corps, like I said, orchestral, snare, that kind of stuff. But I cover every aspect of the process, the reading technique and the counting process, all the hands. I studied with some amazing technicians over the years that I have to offer my students that information, and four-way coordination, drum set concepts, which covers every style, whether it's Latin, funk, R&B, jazz, whatever they're into. I cover it all.
I'm quiet because I'm taking notes.
Yeah, good.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
You've been drumming for how many years?
50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the next 3 minutes that we have, I wanted to ask you a few more questions.
Yeah.
What really makes a parade for me, like a Lancaster Chamber Parade, is the drums. When they come down the boulevard, you just get, you get some abandon, it's patriotic and it's exciting, and everybody's marching, the parents are following along.
Yeah.
Those kids are just having a blast.
For sure.
Kids of all ages, huh?
Oh, yeah. And, I'm judging the bands this year at the Lancaster Parade.
Very good.
Yeah, I'll be one of the judges on the panel.
Christmas Parade. So that is Saturday, December 7th.
December 7th.
Just a couple weeks away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, hey, good lead-in, because Anna wants us to promote chamber events on the radio show.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't signed up for the parade yet, contact the chamber office. But you're going to be a judge.
Yep.
Because have to have a lot of volunteers to make that parade work. The weather's going to cooperate. Rain or shine, we're having a parade.
Doesn't matter. We'll be there.
But bands make a parade, and drums make a band.
I agree. makes the band.
Makes a band. So will any of your students be in the parade, do you know?
You know what? I have a lot of students that, well, obviously go to, the local high schools and the elementary schools. So if they're in drumline and they're marching band, I'm sure I'll run into them. But yeah, I got students that are focused on drum corps and drumline technique, and they're part of the band program.
Very cool.
Yeah,
So you're a teacher, but you also a performer.
Mhm.
So if somebody was having a party or an event
For
or
sure.
needed background or dancing, or
Mhm.
they could talk to you.
Absolutely. I teach every style, so I play every style. Over the years, I've been able to accommodate just about any type of event, whether it's a jazz group or they want a big band or a dance group or a funk band or even country players. I can pretty much assemble just about anything.
Where will you perform next?
Well, I'm doing a jazz Sunday brunch at a new venue this Sunday from 11:30 to 2 p.m. A new place called the Cold Crush, right on the corner of Sierra Highway and Lancaster Boulevard.
Seafood.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's seafood. It's more like I think it's more like gumbo, and so it'll be a jazz, blues Sunday brunch.
Very cool.
Yeah. So if you're in the area, pop in.
This plays on
Great.
Saturday, so
Yeah.
that's like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this will be Sunday. Did I say Saturday?
No, you said Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're there
Yeah.
at Crush,
Yeah. Yeah.
come up and say hi to Tony and say you heard him on the Chamber radio show.
Hey, I'm also playing at La Papillon, that new restaurant on the boulevard, for New Year's Eve from 9 to 1, and it's going to be a tremendous jazz quartet. So if you want to come
Tony
down for yours.
Capko, drummer, thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you
You bet.
for having me.